See the rogue player. Me. That was good so far. That's good. One of the most important things when playing rogue is to try to, use your abilities to like kind of blow them all at once. But usually saving the kick for exit. But I don't think what you're doing is wrong. I would advise you to just avoid the dinosaur though. Honestly, if you're gonna play rogue, pretend the dinosaur doesn't exist. Because let me tell you, I don't think you can ever kill him. I think it's impossible. If you just sat there punching him for 10 minutes, he won't die. Because he'll just eat your health. Look, right? Nothing's happening here. It's a waste of time. I mean, he might actually die here. But usually it's a waste of time. You see he survived. Do not waste your time fighting him most of the time. Okay, you know you actually get the kill. No, you don't. Alright, so just stay away from him. From now on, if you ever see Dino, and if you get to the higher ranks, just ban him. You know, he's just not something you want to do. He's just a waste of time to fight. Just look for anything else to fight. That was good. That was really good. I would say also maybe avoid Psylocke. Maybe try to fight healers. Because she's pretty good at escaping, you know? It's important to identify a good target to attack, you know what I mean? It seems like your targeting is not, it's not bad. It's just that in the end it's like you gotta think, can this character fight me back, right? So you're also, I like how you're using the wall. Like, you don't really play like a silver player, honestly. You're pretty smart. But yeah, generally speaking, you want to store up, wait for your cooldown, and then go in, right? This time you wasted a cooldown, so remember that, right? Anytime you waste that, that's her best ability, the one where you Fatal Attraction. Anytime you waste it, think you wasted 15 seconds of a power, you know, because you really need to honestly attack the healers most of the time and just kind of punch them and abuse that ability, the Fatal Attraction. But remember, you're wasting time. Anytime that you're using your abilities and nothing's happening, it's wasting valuable time. So you gotta, you can't just use it for escape. You can use the kick for escape, but over here, you want to save the kick to escape, and you can use it as a finisher if you think you can get the kill. But usually, Fatal Attraction is your entry. Notice how you use it here and nothing happens. That's not good. You had two opportunity. You could easily kill Jeff if you just go up to him. You know what I mean? So don't fight the tanks usually. You can though. You can fight Magneto, but don't fight the dinosaur. Waste of time. You can fight Magneto. Honestly, sometimes, as you can see here, right, regular punching is fine. If nobody's attacking you, just punch, right? But whatever you do, don't fight the dinosaur. And look, here's an advice I have. See how he's getting healed? Stop fighting him if he's getting healed. Go fight the healer. If he's not getting healed, you keep going. But once he starts getting healed, you're like, okay, he's not going to die no matter what I do. Go kill the healer. If there's a healer right there, you always want to get them. See, the dinosaur, you're not going to kill him, right? Look for a better target. Go kill her. You're not going to kill the dinosaur. Yeah, he counters you. And you have a nice ultimate getting ready to use it. You could, remember, your ultimate gets stronger with this, so you should be using it here and killing these two healers or whatever. Wait, is these your teammates? Yeah, they are. Okay. But, if you use your ultimate and start punching this Invis, she's dead. This is okay, that's good. I'm not saying never attack the dinosaur, that's fine. But generally speaking, try not to waste too much time fighting him. If you can finish him off, or if he's isolated, then you can fight him. I just mean, generally speaking, about him. Think about the target, right? Actually, this is really good kill there. See, this is good, right? That was really good. See how the value of picking a right target. I watch some of the best players in the world, right? Like, I have teammates who are top 500 players. And one of the best things they do when they play these types of characters, like Daredevil, Rogue, they're always looking for the best target. They spent a lot of time. I'm not saying you should watch. Like, when I say watch, I mean, like, sit there and watch the enemy That's more of a Daredevil thing or Black Panther where you sit there and just, analyze and then decide, okay, now I'm going to go in. That's something you do with those types of divers. You don't need to watch, and sit there and, be like a hunter if you're playing Rogue as much. But you can do that sometimes. You do want to be generally active and look for opportunities though. So over here, it would be nice. Look, one of the best things you can do is take high ground as a diver. Go up here. Maybe there's a dinosaur that's kind of scary, but if he wasn't here, hypothetically, if you drop down from here, there was a Jeff here. I don't know where he went, but yeah, there he is. In theory, you drop down, he's isolated, you just unload your abilities. He's dead, So, whenever you have an opportunity to go high ground and just end up behind the team, it can be a good attack. And look at her, she's already on him. If you were to help her, you could kill that easily. Look how isolated they are. This team is not organized, right? This is a really bad, like, nobody should ever. You can get away with this in silver, but in any other, in the if you're a grandmaster and above, you're never gonna be playing two, just walking around the Jeff and Magneto. This is a good opportunity to take advantage. Remember the numbers game is very important. They're outnumbered here. Don't play passive. You have more people than them. Look how many teammates you have. You have 3 healers. Go crazy here. Go punch this Jeff. Go punch this. You know what I mean? You're kind of being patient here, but remember, they're outnumbered. They don't have a healer now. You got to be aware of that. Look, the Jeff just died. You can go out there and go get kills. You need to be like, now it's time to spring into action here. These tanks are isolated. They don't have a healer. I got to go crazy here. I got to unload. Even, maybe avoid the dinosaur and just go for Magdo. Dinosaur can heal himself. Remember, don't fight the dinosaur. See, this is not aggressive enough considering they don't have a healer. Remember, they don't have a healer. Dinosaur heals himself. That's why you're probably like, oh, I gotta back out of here. Well, actually, there's their healer. But still, you could probably go up here and just go fight their healer and no one will do anything about it. This is good too, though, actually. I like what you did up here. That was good. Forcing them out. Fighting isolated enemies. That was really good. See, punch, and look, once he starts getting healed, you'd be like, alright, screw you, I'm not going to hit you anymore, you're just going to get healed. Go fight her. And I see you doing that, which is good. But you need to be more aggressive. Remember, you have full HP here. You don't need to be passive unless you're running out of HP. You have full HP here. 2 divers, right? And one of the best ways to get to them would be to go up here, right? So anytime you think think anytime that you want to go get a healer, think, can I use high ground? There's so many different pathways. If you went behind them and just used your ultimate, you'd eliminate all of them. But you're turning around, you're playing kind of passively, fighting the dinosaur, which is not going to get us any value, right? That's not a bad ult, bro. This is good. Oh, but when you always make sure you have your Fatal Attraction available, right? So don't ult unless you have it. If you don't have it, wait the 10 seconds to get it back. Use both at the same time. You could have easily killed Jeff. Now you want to back out, see? You back out when you have full HP. I've noticed you doing that. But here, you were taking a lot of damage, a lot of pressure, and you didn't back out. So you want to back out when your HP is like 300, Unless you think you can get a kill here, right? Oh, I can kill this Jeff. I'm going to keep pushing. That's fine. But in theory, when your health is like 300 and there's not much, there's no value in you continuing to push, then just stop. Just reset, come back, get healed. Always use your block, use your kick to escape, right? The block is very good at sort of, keeping you alive. And another thing is you want to use walls. You don't want to take pre-fight damage, right? You haven't even engaged the enemy yet and you're already taking damage. Now, it might be hard to avoid it in this case, but in theory, you want to, how do I get around them without taking damage before I even reach them, right? Because you're taking pre-fight damage, it's going to slow you down, right? That's fine, and then you actually ended up getting there. But look at the target priority, right? We're fighting the Magneto, and he's in the Cloak and Dagger ult. We know he can't die there. No, that's fine. You have your white fox out, so I guess you're just trying to just build your white punching. Remember, don't fight the dragon. Yeah, that's good. Fighting the phoenix is good. You know, use your eyes, right? You know, where are your eyes? What are you looking for here? You don't fight the dragon. You know, look for any.
Got at least one more round in me. Huh.
Relay deployed. It ain't cheap. Get in here, y'all.
Okay. So here, remember one, like I said, if you can take a high ground and drop in on them, usually just take it, right?
Better stop that vehicle.
Yeah, I like how you're using the wall. That's good. You know, you got to think here, like, what's my target? When do I go in, right? I'm gonna unleash my abilities. Never attack the dinosaur. He has a million HP. You know, look for a healer usually, right? I'm ready to go in, but you know, I think you went in too early. Because now there's 3-on-1 and they're gonna see you coming. You want to be sneaky, like if you're gonna drop down on them, they shouldn't see you before you get there. Actually, that turned out okay. But now look, there's whenever there's like 5 people fighting you, just get out. Survive. You gotta go home. You gotta go home there because everyone's fighting you there. You're not gonna survive it. You know, look at how many people are reacting to you. If there's 3, 4, you gotta go. You know what I mean? Unless you have your ult, or unless they're low HP, you know, you can get the kill, right? And now, here, remember, typically you don't want to be on the front line, you know, in the middle of nowhere. You want to be, like, kind of on the side here. This is a good target here, I like this. That's good. And now you just go. Sometimes you gotta take the kill and say, alright, good job, I'm out of here. Alright, just go home, get back to your healers. So it's time to save you. Get ready to ult, you know, don't hold your ult too long. You tend to hold it too long. Just get once you have your fatal attraction, just ult and go for the healers. And try not to punch the dinosaurs, they're wasting time. You know, if I were you, I ult here. You know, and remember, you're not a tank that you don't have a shield, you can't stay on the front line too long. You gotta either be behind the wall and be in and out, or you're attacking the healers. You know, typically you don't want to be standing on the front line too much. You can't expect people to keep you alive when you're not a tank designed to stay alive in that situation. You know, the dinosaur can do that, but you're not a dinosaur. So now look, you have a nice high ground here. You have your ultimate. I say go up here, boom, drop down, use your ult, and just start punching people. Let's go. That's good. That's good. This is good. This is what something like what I would have wanted you to do. Usually you want to get the healers though, because as you can see, they're just healing all the damage. Right, so you want to get the healers in this case. You know, and get a wall, right? Get a wall. That's good. I like how you use your that's good. Listen, if you have your cloak and dagger ult, which means you're invincible, go just punch and build ult. Or just punch people and build ult. Make sure you're staying in it, girl. You're not in it.
Only 60 seconds left.
That's good. I like it. Just keep punching. You know, why would you leave them alone though? I don't know why you would leave them alone. Go finish them off. You know what I mean? That's it. You took their ability, use it on them, kill them. Why would you stop fighting them? Look, you let them go for free. You know, and now you're fighting a tank, which is an inferior target because he has full HP, he has a bubble, he can get healed, right? This was a great target. She would have been dead if you pursued it. You know. But you killed him, so that's good too. But you know, in theory, you should have went for her. Okay, that's good. That's good. I like it. Good pursuing. All right, we'll go switch to play offense. All right, this is good. Let's go back a little bit because obviously
I'm hit. Cover me. That hurts me up.
You know, that was a good entry, but you should have kept going, you know? And usually don't use your kick on entry. Sometimes you just gotta be patient and wait for your abilities to come back. Just brawl and wall. I call it brawl and wall. Just stand behind a wall and just punch in and out. Stay alive. Wait for your cooldowns to come back. Now your cooldown's back. Get your HP up and then you go back in. Which is good. You're doing that. Right? Just get your HP back up and now get ready to go back in. But don't be impatient. That was good though. And obviously, unfortunately, we do have the thing there. Groot is a good target for you, so you can hit him. Like I said, you know, avoid the dinosaur. But the thing is one where you typically don't want to fight, but that works out. I'm just saying, typically you want to avoid him. The dinosaur you typically don't want to fight. Other tanks, I think you match up well against. Maybe Doctor Strange can be a problem at times. Right, so now look, I like how you're on the wall here, right? You're not taking pre-fight damage. You're looking for a good entry point. You take the high ground, that's good. And now we're thinking here, which is good. This is you're thinking very smart. How do I enter here? This is annoying, obviously, he's a problem. But you have your cooldowns. Once you have your cooldowns, you can kind of go in and get away with it. That's good, that's a good entry, and you stopped her from ulting, very good. Just look for targets. Look, who am I killing here? Where's the healers? Boom, boom. You know, think about the targets. That was a good exit, but maybe you didn't need it. Your team had advantage there. You could have kept that in. Now let's get that cloak and dagger. Boom. Boom, boom. Good, good, good. Now we're going to play aggressive. It's okay to use the kick on entry when you know you can get a kill. You know what I mean? Usually you don't want to use it on entry if it's like the whole team's there, but this is a good situation to do it. You go back up. You know, you usually want to avoid him, but in this situation it's fine because he's isolated. Good, good. I like how you're not taking damage. And you're ready to go and you're thinking about entry. Unfortunately, that Jeff, oh no, he made a mistake. Alright, let's keep going. Let's think about targets. Who am I going to kill here, right? Usually the healer should be your number one target, but duelists are a good target too, so don't worry, you know, don't always get stuck fighting here. Sometimes you get hit the duelists, which is doing that. This is good, good kill here. Boom. Very good. I mean, I don't know why you lost there. It's not, you're playing fine. You have a few little mistakes here and there. That's good. This is good. You're hiding behind a wall. You're looking for an entry point. That's how you should do it. And let's see. Now you're thinking, right? You're not impatient, which is good. You do have a good matchup against PC, even though I hate playing against them. Remember, you gotta wait for your cooldowns. This is fine. Just gotta build up, you know. Build those cooldowns up, and now you can go in. You got ult, you know what I mean? You're holding your ult too long. For no reason, just use it. As soon as you get it, honestly, as long as you have your cooldowns, just use it. Don't try to time too much, you know what I mean? If you hold your ult, you're just wasting time because you would have had 20% ult right now. You know what I mean? If you had used it and just built it back up, you know, you're wasting valuable ult time. This is good though, you know, in the end you really good ult. You know, it's a hard ult to get value out of sometimes. But this is good. A very good ability skill. Good pushing. Good draft, I like it. But that isn't my only hope. That doesn't survive. I would just give up too. Get the token dagger, you see her. Now you just build your ult, right? Sometimes you just stay safe, you know, you're just building your ult. Boom, 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 right? You're at 37%, 41, right? That's good. Good exit, Rick. I see how you're down. That's smart.
I am ready to put on a show.
Okay, now just use this time to build your ult again, right? Because, you know, nobody's really attacking you. Just sit there and punch. You're wasting time, right? You could be building an ult here. Okay, that's good. good, that's good. Get behind the wall. Use your kick. Try to save your kicks for escapes. And the block. Boom, boom, boom. Good. Remember who you're fighting, not the thing. Remember, don't fight the thing. Fight the hero. That's good. Bubble yourself. Boom. Keep fighting. I'm not gonna bubble you. You know, you could have used your ult there. You could have, remember, your ult cancels her ult. This is a common thing, right? I notice you're saving your ult too long. And you always use it too late. Well, not every time, but you gotta use it early. You gotta use it here. This is a perfect opportunity. You know, but you're holding it, and look, she doesn't have hers yet. Look, they don't have her in third yet. 87. You could have stopped her and won the game. Actually, you could have won the game. Look, you had your ult. You could have. Not boom, she did it up. You could have won the game. So that's not really like your whole fault. You're losing the game back. But you know, little stuff like that does make a difference, right? You could have killed her, pushed down, probably won the game. Right, you're holding your ult too long. Once you have your ult, you want to be right away thinking, how do I use this thing? It doesn't mean you use it stupidly, right? But as long as you have your fatal attraction, then usually you just want to go for it. Ability steal is also useful because you can get more HP, so you can use that. But typically, as long as you have your fatal attraction, you should go for it. And with your ultimate, right? Let's see if you use it here. This is good. You're not going to take speed fight damage, which is good, but you got to ult here, right? You got to ult. You're holding it. You know, there's no reason to hold it. You still have it. And is your thing running around? I don't know.
Needs assistance. Ultron will pay for what he's done to a Rocco.
Down to 30 seconds. So close. This is your big chance.
That's good. I like how you're hitting the heroes. That's good. That's good. Usually you want to steal her freeze and freeze her. That's good. Boom. Get the health back. Oh, they're all targeting you, but you gotta get, you know, you have a cloak and dagger ult here, so you should have been there. But, you know, I don't think you played that bad. You played good, but, you know, just a few minor things you could change.
I'm opening
You
a
know, I
portal.
could see based on the stats that it's obviously you were not the reason that your team lost. You know, just a few little mistakes could have, you know, helped you a lot. Let's see. Maybe I'll look at a different game that you played. Was this the one we looked at? Yes. You know, it looks like you're playing well. The stats are good. Just minor errors. But then again, the dinosaur is just annoying. If you're fighting the dinosaur, usually you want to ban him. I don't even know if you could ban in your rank, but just don't play it. Don't play rogue against the dinosaur.
You have to stop them from
I'll
securing
speed this
the
one
mission
up.
area.
Just to make it quicker.
There you are.
Make it too long. Okay. Taking a lot of damage. Usually when you're taking a lot of damage, you don't want to enter on the front line. Yeah, you're taking a lot of damage from the squirrels around. You know, like I said, if you're taking a lot of pressure, don't fight front line too much. You gotta fight around. You gotta go high ground and just drop on them, which is what you're doing here. So you understand that concept. That was good. That was really good. Just keep going. Over here in these situations, just keep going. But remember, when you're taking too much damage, get back out, get behind the wall. That's fine. It's not your fault there.
There's still a chance to stop them. Opening halfway. Stop them.
You know, you're not playing bad. Just don't fight the mags too much. Like, Think of it as efficiency, time. You know, every moment you fight the tank, you could be, you know what I mean, fighting something else. I'm not saying it's bad to fight the tank, sometimes it's good. But generally speaking, you know, as rogue, it's not gonna do anything. You know, you're just gonna get healed. And when you have your gambit team up, you usually just wanna use that, drop it on the healers, and start unloading your abilities, and you should be able to get a kill on them. Right? Usually you just wanna kill the healers and the duelists that are isolated, which you do that well. It's harder to play rogue on defense. That was a good entry, but you know, as you can see, they risked it. Sometimes avoid the frontline entries. There's a lot of damage on the front line, as you can see here. Don't go frontline entries. That was good, okay? That's how you enter it. But you know, generally speaking, there's a lot of damage on this team. You know, just try to come back, get your cooldowns, you know what I mean? Be patient. But that was good, though. That was very good. As long as you have your cooldowns, you can play aggressively on your HP. But I think you're playing fine in many ways. I don't see a lot of issues. I think you're just unlucky. So don't worry too much about the placement. High ground entry, very good. Okay, so you understand that, which is good. Boom, boom, boom. He's isolated. It's okay. Oh, good. Good stuff. Boom, boom. Right. Look for a good target here. Emma is not a good target here. But your team is doing that. Now you ult if you want. Huh? You should be fine. I don't need it. But you have your ult, remember, so you want to use it early. Don't hold it too long. If you hold it too long, you're just wasting valuable time. That's good, though. Obviously, you're going to be better with the Gambit team up. Whenever you have a Gambit on your team, it's much better. Good. You can hold that angle. There's a lot of damage, right? As you can see on that road, you want to go around and 50%. I think overall you're kind of unlucky to lose these games, so it should be fine. I think we should cut it here.